I've said it many times, I know I would change my ways, I know for sure.
Right, this morning we're heading off from Waiheke Island and we're going to go up to Tiritiri Matangi. Tiritiri Matangi is a nature reserve. It's an island off the coast of Whangaparoa where a lot of restoration's been done, and today we're going to try and anchor off and go ashore and have a good look around. So come along.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow, we can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me.
Stuck in the middle, so we climb the fence. It's like the whole turned its back on us, and now we can't tell if it's heaven or hell. It's like knowing all the answers. Oh, you're sorry, but you never can tell. All the lovers, we were diving far too deep, different colors that we had to pull us to sleep. All the lovers, hope that we could break the spell. All the lovers, we went down the wishing well. All the lovers, we were diving far too deep, different colors that we had to pull to sleep. All the lovers, hope that we could break the spell. All the lovers, we went down the wishing well.
You set the fire and tone to your promised land. You've got a whole religion in the palm of your hand. It's like the world turned its back on us, and now you can't tell if it's heaven or hell. It's like knowing all the answers. Oh, you're sorry.
Okay, so we've just arrived at Tiritiri Matangi, awesome nature reserve that we're going to go and have a look around. It took a couple of hours to make the 16 nautical mile trip from Waiheke Island, Pituki Bay where we were. Pretty good, everyone's happy, everyone's excited, so we're just going to meet up with our friends and jump in the tender and go ashore and have a look at this wonderful wildlife.
Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little while. So be here as the night starts falling.
Along with the sandy white beaches, crystal clear water and regenerating forests, an attraction of Tiritiri Matangi is the opportunity to see some rare native birds. Major threats to these birds are habitat loss due to forest clearance, predation of eggs and chicks by introduced mammalian predators, and competition for food with introduced animals. Tiritiri Matangi provides a safe haven from all of these threats.
Totowai, also known as the North Island robin, used to be widespread across New Zealand's North Island, but is now only found in extensive forest blocks in the central North Island.
Ricky, look at the camera, look at this.
North Island robins are known to be a friendly and trusting bird and have been reported to have come so close to people that they occasionally stand on a person's boot.
The kiraru, known as the New Zealand wood pigeon, are endemic to New Zealand. Although kiraru are not considered to be a threatened species, they are considered to be nationally vulnerable. Historically, kiraru were hunted for their meat and feathers. Despite hunting of kiraru now being illegal, the main threats to kiraru are predation from introduced mammalian predators, competition for food with possums, and illegal hunting. Since the extinction of the moa bird, kiraru are now considered to be important seed dispersers because they are the only birds who are able to swallow large fruit. The loss of kiraru would have disastrous consequences for the regeneration of our native forests.
We showcased the tieke or saddleback in our video visiting Rotorua Island. The saddleback is endemic to New Zealand and has a threat classification of recovering. Once widespread throughout New Zealand, saddleback belong to the wattle family, of which only 2 out of 3 species remain in New Zealand. Their decline began with the introduction of predators and native forest clearance, bringing the saddleback close to extinction. However, conservation efforts have rescued these birds from extinction.
Rurus are not always easy to see, so we were so lucky to spot one during the day. Ruru are nocturnal birds and hunt at night.
Hihi are endemic to New Zealand and have a threat classification of threatened, nationally vulnerable. The only naturally surviving population of hihi can be found on Little Barrier Island, which was declared a sanctuary in 1894 and later reached reserve status.
The korimako, also known as the bellbird, is a beautiful song which James Cook described like small bells exquisitely tuned.
Tui are clever birds and have been known to mimic the calls of korimako and other sounds. Their reliance on nectar means they are important pollinators of many of our native species and can fly large distances to find their favourite foods. They have been known to eat the occasional insect. What are your thoughts?
Beautiful. So pleased we came out.
Yeah, good.
Looking really good.
If you haven't been, you must come. Even if it's on the ferry, it's well worth it. It's beautiful. And we might try and stay the night. We know it's not an anchorage it's recommended necessarily, but apparently the wind's looking in our favour to stay here the night. So we're going to try that, and the reason we want to stay the night is why?
So we can go ashore and see some of the nocturnal life on the island, like
Yeah.
the kiwis. Who knows what else will be out.
Yeah.
The Hobbs Beach anchorage is one of the few places where you can anchor on the western shoreline of Tiritiri Matangi. However, it is only sheltered from winds and swells from eastern directions, and therefore you can only comfortably anchor there at particular times. Overnighting in the anchorage is not recommended, as the westerly sea breezes that develop over the land at night can affect the anchorage, even in forecasts that appear calm. So because we decided to stay the night, I thought it would be prudent to check the anchor, but also take a moment to enjoy a dip in the beautiful waters of the anchorage.
Gasoline on hidden desires, so I'll throw another log on the fire. Let it burn.
So we've on Tiritiri Matangi at night time, and we've come on shore. It's 8:30 at night, and we're just going to make our way up to the lighthouse where we think we're going to see kiwi, or we're fingers crossed we're going to see kiwi and other animals. But we also left a bit earlier so we could see some more birds. So we'll let you know how we go. All right. This guy just gave us a heck of a fright. Flew down in front of us. Beautiful though.
So we've just been for a night walk around Tiri, and wow, how amazing. We went right up,
Amazing.
yeah, right up to the lighthouse and then a loop down through the forest, and we're just standing on the beach next to our tender about to head back. What do you think about what we saw?
Oh, it's like a whole different world. You know, you come during the day and the birds are going loud, they're singing, they're very active, and then at dusk they're getting very quiet, and as you walk through the forest it's all very quiet, and then you just hear the kiwi.
Yeah.
Unfortunately we didn't see any kiwi, but we heard them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was other really interesting stuff around, so yeah, if you possibly can, come here at night and have a look.
Yeah, well worth it.
Do that.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's get back to the boat.
Okay, bye. We're off to Tiritiri Matangi for the second day in a row after staying here last night. It was quite rolly, but so glad to have woken up here. Look at it, it's beautiful. So beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful and clear. Any thoughts, Skip?
Such a beautiful morning, beautiful bay, the water looks great.
Yeah.
We're not drifting towards the beach.
Can have a snorkel later.
Yeah, definitely. Take the chrome dome out.
Yeah.
Just take a plunge.
Oops.
Okay, well, it's nice temp. There's the saddleback.
Yep. They were quiet last night.
Yeah. Right. The trip ends here.
Yep.
There's the first little boat arrived.
Oh yeah. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're just going to do the usual walk that we do. I can't remember the name of the track, but what we're going to do is part of the track goes down, is it east?
As what?
Is it east?
Yeah, east side of the island.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've never done that side before, so we're going to go and do that side. So we'll go and see what it looks like. Hopefully today we'll see another kokako. We've seen all of the birds on the island except the kiwi, which we tried to see last night and we didn't. But we did see other things, so that was good. Just look at it. Such a beautiful place to be. We're so fortunate that this is on our doorstep.
It goes round and round in circles, but I'm still on the ground. It's a dizzying day. I would give a lot to get away. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me, or just sit beside
Beautiful
me?
track, but quite a big walk. Steep walk, I should say. Up
I
it.
got the curtains up. I guess it would be nice if you could interrupt. It's a day like this. It's a day I really would have missed.
It was noisy, it was a bit creepy, yeah.
The way it was snapping twigs.
Yeah,
It sounded quite heavy.
like someone was walking in the bush.
I was thinking a little spotted kiwi snapping twigs and branches.
And it's pitch black. The kākakariki, or New Zealand's parakeet, are bright green in colour but have varying colours on their heads which distinguish them. There are 5 main species of kākakariki. The red-crowned parakeet was once widespread throughout New Zealand's mainland, but now it is rare to see one on the mainland due to culling from humans who saw these birds as pests on their crops. Loss of old-growth forest and introduced predators. They can commonly be seen in predator-free islands.
Although commonly found in some forests of New Zealand, the poor pukatea or whitehead population has shrunk since the arrival of Europeans and have disappeared in some places in New Zealand. The poor pukatea are only 15 centimetres long and their threats are common to our other native species. The whiteheads are hosts to the long-tailed cuckoo, who rely on the whitehead to incubate and rear their chicks.
The takahe were once considered to be extinct in New Zealand until their rediscovery by Geoffrey Orwell. Takahe are endemic to New Zealand and have a threat classification of threatened, nationally vulnerable. We showcased the takahe in the video of Rotorua. Takahe once roamed the South Island of New Zealand, but today we only have a population of 400 birds as a result of hunting by humans, habitat loss, predation from introduced predators, and competition for their food with other introduced species. A fun fact about takahe is that because of their highly fibrous diet, they can poo up to 9 meters a day. What a privilege it was to see this pair of takahe enjoying the feeding station.
Ships from the south storming along the shoreline. Those who were right came here with nothing more than dreams of a brighter sun that could make their shadows run. All of their hopes were doomed, 'cause for us they
The beautiful Pārtiki or brown teal are endemic to New Zealand and have a threat classification of at risk increasing. An estimated 2,000 to 2,500 birds live in the wild, making the Pārtiki New Zealand's rarest waterfowl on the mainland. Once widespread throughout New Zealand, Pārtiki are now rare and restricted to certain areas. Threats to Pārtiki include habitat loss, predation from introduced mammals, competition with other exotic duck species for food, and hunting or being run over in vehicles by humans.
The Titi Punamu is also known as the rifleman. Anyone who has been fortunate enough to see New Zealand's smallest bird will know it never sits still, so filming it is really difficult. So to show you the rifleman, we've frozen the little bit of goodish footage we could find so that you could see this beautiful bird. The rifleman is endemic to New Zealand and is New Zealand's smallest bird, measuring just 8 centimetres long. Riflemen prefer to live in old-growth forests, but clearance of this forest has resulted in them being confined to high-altitude forest.
Before we introduce you to the final bird in this video, let's take a moment to listen to its call while we stare at one of the many beautiful views Tiritiri Matangi has to offer. So tune in and see if you can recognise the final bird we are showcasing. If you guessed this beautifully haunting song is the call of the kokako, then you're right. Kokako are endemic to New Zealand, and up until the 1900s they were commonly found in forests throughout New Zealand. The South Island kokako is assumed to be extinct. There are an estimated 1,600 pairs of North Island kokako. Kokako have a revised threat classification of at-risk recovering. The kokako belongs to the endemic New Zealand wattle birds, which includes the tieki. The threats to kokako include predation of nests by introduced mammalian predators and food competition with these introduced predators. Having the opportunity to spend time at these island sanctuaries makes us realise how fortunate we are to have people who have worked hard to restore these sanctuaries and do the ongoing maintenance which provides refuge for our native species. But to have them on our doorsteps and be able to visit them makes us even more grateful. The common theme with threats to these species are native forest clearance, introduced mammalian predators and humans. Places like Tiritiri Matangi and Rotorua show us what we have been unfortunate to lose in many parts of New Zealand, but fortunate enough to still have. These places really make it clear how important it is to preserve what remains of our native forests and species. If you can't visit Tiritiri Matangi by sailboat, you can catch the ferry. It's only a 90-minute ferry ride from central Auckland or 20 minutes from Gulf Harbour. We hope you enjoyed this episode and that Tiritiri Matangi is added to your list of must-see destinations. If you choose to stay the night on Tiritiri Matangi, who knows what else you might see. But in case you were wondering, we're not telling. You'll have to find out for yourself. Information about the native birds in this video was sourced from the Department of Conservation and New Zealand Birds Online. We would like to take the opportunity to thank those who have and continue to restore and maintain island sanctuaries, such as these, so you can see them.
Felt this way. People change, but it feels like we stay the same. Every time you look at me, I'm heating up at least a third degree. Do we need to go this far? We do know who we are. Can we make this even better? Somewhere close about. Ooh, let's find out. Everything will clear in time. Everything will clear.
Please join us next time. We have a road trip to the South Island of New Zealand and show you some places you should add to your must-see destination list. Thank you for watching and see you next time.
To go